in our previous module, that is module 1, we have learnt about the different types of operations of tensors, that is the algebraic operations of tensors. Now, in module 2, we shall learn about symmetric and skew symmetric tensors, quotient law, and another important operation, that is conjugate or reciprocal tensor of a symmetric tensor Aij. In this module, we first define what is symmetric and skew symmetric tensors. Now, if in a coordinate system xi, two contravariant or covariant indices of a tensor can be interchanged without altering the tensor, then it is said to be symmetric with respect to these indices. That means Aijk equals to Ajik if it happens that Aijk equals to Ajik, or for covariant tensor of rank 3 Bij equals to Bikj, then we say that these are the symmetric tensors with respect to the two indices I and j for the first contravariant tensors and j and k for the covariant tensors. In general, mixed tensor cannot be symmetric except del ij or del ji, whatever you can say, that these are the mixed tensor of type 1 1. For skew symmetric tensor, if the components occur with a minus sign, with a negative sign, when we change the index, suppose Aijk are the components of a 3-0 type tensor or a contravariant tensor of type 3 or rank 3, and if it is equal to minus Ajik, then A is called skew symmetric with respect to indices I and j. Here it is an example that R, the curvature tensor, which will come up later on, that Rhijk is equal to minus Rhikj, then R is skew symmetric in last two covariant indices. That means when it is Rhijk and jk is converted into kj, then a negative sign is coming out. So, it is R is a skew symmetric in last two covariant indices. Now, there is a theorem that the components of a tensor of type 02 and 20 can be expressed as the sum of a symmetric tensor and a skew symmetric tensor of same type. For proof, we give the outline. It is very easy proof, and we have done it for matrices also. So, let Aij be the component of tensor of type 02. We can write Aij in this form: half of Aij plus Aj plus half of Aij minus Aj, and we denote half of Aij plus Aj as the capital Aij and half of Aij minus Aj as Bij. Then we can easily see that Aij is a symmetric tensor and Bij is a skew symmetric tensor. So, every tensor of type 02 can be expressed as a sum of a symmetric tensor and a skew symmetric tensor. Now, let us see an example. If Pij are the components of a non-zero tensor of type 02, and if the equation f pij plus g pji equals to 0 occurred, then either f equal to g and pij is q symmetric, or f equal to minus g and pij is symmetric. So, it is a problem, and we are showing that how symmetric and skew symmetric tensors are coming in this example. Now, as f pij plus g pji equals to 0 holds, we have f pij equals to minus g pji, and multiplying by f we get, obviously we are taking f is non-zero. So, f square pij equals to minus f g pji, or that can be written as g f pji, and in place of again f pji we put minus of g pij, that means g square pij. So, we get f square minus g square pij equals to 0, and as pij is non-zero, so f is equal to plus minus g. Now, when f equal to g, it follows from 1 that f pij equals to minus f pji. That means, when f equal to g, pij is q symmetric tensor. When f equal to minus g, it follows from 1 that f pij equals to f pji, which implies that pij equals to pji. That means, pij is a symmetric tensor. Hence, it was proved that when f equal to g, then pij is q symmetric tensor, and when f equal to minus g, pij is symmetric tensor. Now, let us take another example. If pij and qij are two symmetric tensors, and ui, vi are components of two contravariant vectors satisfying the equation pij minus k qij ui equals to 0, and pij minus l qij vi equals to 0, where ij is running from 1 to n and k is not equal to l, then pij ui vj equals to 0 and qij ui vj equals to 0. We have to show these relations. So, multiplying the first condition by vj and the second condition with ui, we get, after calculation, that pij ui vj minus k qij ui vj equals to 0. So, from the given two relations, we get this one. Here also we get pij uj vi minus l qij uj vi equals to 0. Since pij and qij are symmetric, as they are symmetric tensors, we can write pji uj vi minus l qji uj vi equals to 0. Now, replacing the dummy indices j and I by I and j respectively, we get pij ui vj minus l qij ui vj equal to 0. So, subtracting 5 from 2, we have l minus k qij ui vj equals to 0. Now, since k not equal to l, we have qij ui vj equals to 0, and replacing the value of qij ui vj equal to 0 from 5, we get pij ui vj also equal to 0. So, therefore, the relation are proved. Now, let us see another example, that if BP is a covariant vector, then del BP del XS minus del BS del XP is a skew symmetric tensor of type 0 2. So, the partial derivatives of the components of a covariant vector, if we take the change of the indices, it gives you the skew symmetric tensor of type 0 2. Now, let us see the solution of this example. We know that if BP is a covariant vector, then del BP del XS is not a tensor. We can easily see by the transformation rule of BP that del BP del XS is not a tensor. Though del BP del XS minus del BS del XP is a covariant tensor of type 0 2. We can easily prove just by replacing the transformation rule. Now, writing this expression del BP del XS minus del BS del XP as BPS, we see that BSP equals to del BS del XP minus del BP del XS, which is a minus of del BP del XS minus del BS del XP, that is equal to minus BPS. Thus, BPS is a skew symmetric in P and S. Thus, del BP del XS minus del BS del XP is a skew symmetric tensor of type 0 2. In this section of module 2, we shall learn about a law that is called quotient law, which is very useful to find the characteristic of a function with the help of inner product of the components of a tensor. So, in next few slides, we shall learn the definition of quotient law and give some examples and theorems. Now, let us define the quotient law in the following way: a set of quantities which on inner multiplication by an arbitrary tensor always gives a tensor is itself a tensor. That is, suppose A, P, Q, R be a set of functions given in xi coordinate system such that the inner product of A, P, Q, R with an arbitrary tensor B, Q, S, R is a tensor C, S, P, then A, P, Q, R is a tensor A, R, P, Q of type 1, 2. That means, if the nature of the function A, P, Q, R is not known, but the nature of B, Q, S, R is known because it is a tensor of components of tensor of type 2, 1, and after the inner product of A and B, Q, S, R, it gives another tensor of type 1, 1, that is CSP, then A, P, Q, R becomes a tensor A, R, P, Q of type 1, 2. Now, see the result. If relative to every system of coordinates there be a set of functions Bi such that Ai Bi is an invariant for any tensor Ai of type 1, 0, then Bi will form the components of a tensor of type 0, 1. So, with the help of the quotient law, we shall find the nature of Bi, and Ai is known. Ai is known, that is, it is a tensor of type 1, 0 or a contravariant vector, and we have seen that Ai Bi is an invariant. It is also given that Ai Bi is an invariant, and we have to find the nature of Bi, and we shall prove that it is a components of tensor of type 0, 1 or a covariant vector. Now, according to the given condition that Ai Bi is an invariant for any two type of coordinate xi and x bar I, we have A bar I, B bar I equals to Ai Bi. As the product is invariant, so it is same for all type of coordinate system. So, we can write 6. Since Ai is a tensor of type 1, 0, by the transformation rule, we can write Ai equals to A bar P del xi del x bar P. Replacing it in first equation, we get A bar I, B bar I equals to A bar I del xp del x bar I pp. Now, replacing dummy indices p and I by I and p respectively, in right hand side we get this one, this expression A bar I, B bar I equals to A bar I del xp del x bar I bp. So, we can write this expression by the following way: B bar I minus del xp del x bar I bp equals to A bar I, that is equal to 0. Now, since A bar I are the components of tensor of type 1, 0, so it follows that B bar I minus del xp del x bar I bp equals to 0. So, B bar I equals to del xp del x bar I bp. From the above condition, we can state that Bi are the components of a covariant vector, that is a tensor of type 0, 1. So, we can write a general result that if relative to every system of coordinates there be a set of functions a I1, I2, Ip to J1, J2, Jq such that this holds, this relation a I1, I2, Ir, Ir plus 1 to Ip, J1, J2, Js, Js plus 1 to Jq, a I1, I2, Ir, B, J1, J2 up to Js. This relation are the components of a tensor of type P minus R, Q minus S for arbitrary covariant and contravariant vectors a I1, I2, Ir and B, J1, J2, Js. Then the function a I1, I2, Ir, Ir plus 1 to Ip and J1, J2, Js, Js plus 1 to Jq will form the components of a tensor of type PQ. Now, we define reciprocal tensor or conjugate tensor of a symmetric tensor of type 0, 2, that is a tensor of type Aij, where Aij is a symmetric covariant tensor of rank 2, such that determinant of Aij is not equal to 0. Now, the symmetric covariant tensor of rank 2 of this type always form a matrices of a square matrices. So, its determinant can be obtained and it should not be equal to 0 for our definition. So, we define the reciprocal tensor or conjugate tensor in the following way. So, we define the conjugate tensor of A lower ij as follows, that A upper ij equals to cofactor of Aij in determinant of Aij by determinant of Aij, provided determinant of Aij not equal to 0. Now, this is also form a matrix of the form n square, that is a square matrix, and from theory of determinants it is obvious that Aij Aik equals to 1 for j equals to k and equals to 0 for j not equal to k, because Aij are the cofactors of Aij in determinant of Aij by determinant of Aij. So, the cofactors with the elements multiplication and summing, we get 1 for j equal to k, and for j not equal to k we are getting 0. That is Aij Aik equals to del kj. This implies that Aij is also a symmetric contravariant tensor of rank 2 by using the quotient law, because Aij are the A lower ij are the covariant tensor of rank 2. So, by quotient law we can say that Aij is the symmetric contravariant tensor of rank 2. So, this A upper ij is called the reciprocal tensor of A lower ij. Now, to show A upper ij is a contravariant tensor, we can proceed in the following way also. Let di be an arbitrary contravariant vector and let bi equals to Aij dj. Then by inner product rule, bi is a covariant vector. By the inner product of Aij dj we are writing as bi. So, bi is a covariant vector. This vector is arbitrary as dj is so. Now, bi Aik can be written in the form of this Aij Aik dj, because in place of bi we are writing Aij dj, and from the previous slide we got that Aij Aik is del kj. So, writing that one we see that it is coming to dk. Now, apply quotient law in its alternative form to bi Aik equals to dk, we can conclude Aik is a contravariant tensor of type 2, 0. Now, we see an example where the covariant vector in Cartesian coordinate system is given. Suppose x1 by x2, x2 by x1 is a covariant vector in Cartesian coordinate system, and we are trying to find its components in polar coordinate system, that is in r theta. How we are finding it? Just see. For covariant vector, we have the transformation rule A bar I del xk del x bar I ak. Now, for polar coordinate system, the transformation rule is x1 equal to r cos theta and x2 equal to r sin theta. And the components of the covariant vector a1 a2, where a1 is x1 by x2 and a2 is x2 by x1, and x bar 1 is r, x bar 2 is theta, because we are going to the part system which is the polar coordinate system, and it is denoted by r and theta. Now, we have to find the component a bar 1 and a bar 2. So, we can write a bar I as del x1 del x bar I a1 plus del x2 del x bar I a2. Thus, a bar 1 can be written as del x1 del r a1 plus del x2 del r a2, and that is cos theta into cot theta plus sin theta into tan theta. By the derivative of x1 and x2 with respect to r, we got a bar 1. And if I just simplify, it comes to cos cube theta plus sin cube theta by sin theta cos theta. And similarly, a bar 2 is coming to del x1 del theta a1 plus del x2 del theta a2, and that is coming to minus r sin theta cot theta plus cos theta tan theta, and which is coming to r sin theta minus cot theta. So, a bar 1 and a bar 2 are the components of the covariant vector in polar coordinate system. In module 2 of chapter 2, we have learned 3 things. First one is symmetric and skew symmetric tensors, and we have seen some applications of symmetric and skew symmetric tensors. In the second portion, we have seen the quotient law and the use of quotient law to determine the nature of a function, and in third portion, we have defined the conjugate tensor or reciprocal tensor of a tensor of type 0 2, which is also a symmetric tensor. These things are very much useful in our next chapters, and with this we end our chapter 2, that is algebra of tensors.